The last time the Honorable Floyd Hall visited the WIV4 studios was less than 2 weeks ago to announce his resignation as Deputy Premier and Minister of Finance. Today, he sits down to talk about his plans if he becomes the new leader of the Progressive National Party.
It is important to get investor confidence back on track in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and also to get the fiscal activity of government solidly back on track. In addition to that, I think we need to recover from this situation that we're going through with the Commission of Inquiry, and to try and unify the country and to put some perspective on all that we have gone through.
Honorable Hall says he takes some responsibility for the current economic situation in the country. However, he says the global downturn is also to blame. He says if he is elected leader, he will seek to reinforce some policies that he had put in place but were never instituted.
Certainly, as Minister of Finance, I have to take the heat when things go good, when things go bad, and unfortunately, when things are going very good, you don't get that type of credit. I think once people put all of the activity and assess it comprehensively, they will see that my role as Minister of Finance then in isolation contribute to this problem. In fact, I had the Ministry of Finance been able to embark on the programs that we had set out to do, we would not be as bogged down in the situation as we are today. Because when I was in our last budget presentation, our last budget preparation in the Ministry of Finance, we had prepared a budget of just over $200 million. And that's the budget that I had taken to my cabinet colleagues because I thought that was the most prudent thing to do at the time. But after sitting with them and getting their input, increases got on top of that. And the Premier is the Premier of our country. He's the leader in government. He's responsible for designating all ministerial portfolios. And at the end of the day, you have to defer to him to some degree. And so the budget was increased, and expenditure likewise increased in that budget allocation, which has helped to contribute to some of the problems that we have.
He says he has the ability to take the TCI back to the times when it was in good economic standings.
Key to it, however, with respect to the country, is getting its fiscal house in order. Whomever becomes the next Premier of our country or the next Minister of Finance has to take some very difficult decisions in terms of cost containment, cutting back drastically on expenditure, and trying as best they could to raise revenues without impacting the community adversely. And so key to that arrangement is to have someone who has the discipline to do that. I believe I have the discipline to do that. I have a good understanding of the situation.
Honorable Hall also shed some light on what has been taking place within the National General Congress since the end of the Commission of Inquiry. He says that there had been talks of having the 13 elected leaders select a candidate from among themselves. However, he said that decision was put off and the plan to convene elections during the convention on February 28th was upheld.
If the 13 candidates had done that, they would have been circumventing what the Congress is actually set up to do. And so it was decided to let the process run its natural course under the provisions of our party constitution. And in doing so, the new leader for our party would be selected on the 28th of February. And following that, we will move forward with resolving the issues surrounding our Premier.
Honorable Hall says he hopes to reinstate confidence in the PNP party and to bring members of the political divide closer together in working towards a better Turks and Caicos Islands. He joins Honorable Gelma Williams and Honorable Roya Robinson in the race for the leadership. For WIV4 News, I'm Joy Del Trail.